Joining us tonight on the merge, we have the lovely Lewis and Nathan of Pure Milk, the talented bunch who've been releasing some of our favorite singles and also to come a new EP as well as their prior. We're just so excited to have them on the show once again. They've always been fantastic gems and we can't wait to talk a bit more about them. Guys, how have you been doing tonight?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Just pretty lazy after work.
That's the way.
Do you normally do all of your high profile interviews after work, or do you make them like work around you all the time? Like, oh no, it's got to be at 2 a.m. You know,
It's
got to
always
be
work around me. Busy person.
No, you guys have been really busy because last month you beautiful people released the sophomore single from your forthcoming EP.
Great segue.
What can you tell us? Yeah, what can you tell us about this new tune, Pressure?
Well, what can we say? It's a little country banger, really.
Well, what type of themes do you explore with the lyrics?
Yeah, so Pressure's kind of like it's talking about like the day-to-day anxieties, you know, like the little things that bubble underneath and like kind of marinate for a little while. Nothing's like too bad, but you know, all of it can kind of get up on your nerve and just be kind of an irritant throughout your day. So it's kind of like the pressure that like builds up inside of you over and over. I guess that's what I was trying to go for with the song.
Where'd the country influence come onto the song? Was that an early addition or?
I think Nathan or someone showed me like Canned Heat. We're going to cover going up the country for a while, which would have been awesome.
Yeah.
We never got around to it. But that song's got like that kind of like country flair while still being like essentially an indie rock song at its core. So we saw that, and we've had Pressure like as a song for years and years and years. It's just been sitting there kind of collecting dust. And then we changed key, added that like real country sort of drum beat, and then it kind of slapped, and we're like, hey, this is like a good song now. And that's kind of where it came from. And then we added all these like cool guitar lines and bass lines, and it just appeared out of nowhere. It appeared really quickly once it got going.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to get that sweet guitar tone?
I think we had it for a long time, like slowly just going back to it and adding to it.
Yeah, I agree. It just kind of kept developing over time. The guitar tone was mostly Dylan with that really like high pitched sort of guitar. I wanted to mimic like Vampire Weekend, which is probably not the most overt influence with it, but they just have that real like crispy, beautiful mids that come out with their guitar, and we wanted to like replicate that to really cut through the song. Yeah, we wanted it to have twang but not be like too country, I guess.
Yeah, you really made Calen smile with that Vampire Weekend comparison. So Lewis, did you write this track? Did you write this track, Lewis?
It was me and Dylan, mostly. And then the whole band came in. We had a few rehearsals together where we just kind of like jammed out sections. I came in with usually come in with the general demo of it, so the lyrics and maybe like sort of the structure. And then me and Dylan came together and started figuring out all those beautiful little guitar lines, and then the bass line just like kind of came under that, and that was all Dylan doing it. And then like with the band, we kind of just figured out the structure a little stronger, and then it came from there. Yeah, it was a real team effort, which was good.
How did you feel about the song when you first heard it, Nathan? Did you need it to be more country?
I thought it was very different. I'm pretty sure at first I was like, what is this? But it was just like so country. Like the original demo is like very like twangy, and I was just like, whoa, this is like way different compared to like the last EP. But then it grew on me, and now it's like it's so fun to play.
Yeah, is it up there with your favorite?
Yeah, I'd have to say so, probably.
That's dope.
It's a good like head nodder the whole time, so it's really nice. Yeah. Good pace.
It's real good live. It just keeps going, sort of thing. We were practicing before COVID. We were going to turn it into like a 6-minute song and have this like stupidly long outro where it just keeps like jamming and like this like solid. We're doing like rolling coastal blackouts, but we've never eventuated it. So like once we get back to gigging, like that might be the closer, just like an 8-minute like country jam.
I'm so down for it, man.
Nice.
And you guys recently released a cinematic masterpiece for the music video. How was the experience working on that? It looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, I think you got to talk, Nathan. You're the star of this thing.
It's pretty good. We managed to get it all done in a day, which was sick. Dom, the guy who filmed it all, was just like so good. Like he just knew exactly like what looked good, and like there wasn't like many scenes that took like heaps of takes. Like it was all just like bang on. It was like really, really quick and like moved so quickly. I don't know what to say.
Did you approach him with the idea, or?
No, I just sent him the song. Like, honestly, the first idea I had for that was going to be like this like pool party scene. That was my idea for this song, but I didn't tell him. I just like sent him the song, and he was like, "Yeah, we're going to do this thing where this guy has a really bad day at work," and I'm like, "This sounds amazing." So I just kind of let him have free reign because he does video stuff and I don't, so I don't trust myself at all. So he did a fantastic job, and I can only speak very highly of it, honestly.
Definitely. And for this upcoming EP, you guys have dropped 2 singles in Pressure and Conversations. How did you go about selecting those? Is selecting singles a process that you enjoy or loathe?
Conversations just kind of slapped, and we always thought that'd be the first single. I don't know. What do you think, Nath?
Yeah, I think all the tracks on the EP are like pretty different in like sort of sound. But I think Conversations was like the song that came together the easiest and like the quickest, and we thought that was just like the best way to go.
Yeah, I think Conversation was like fundamentally Pure Milk. It was very old, kind of, like punkier, faster, talky, all that sort of, all those elements. And it was probably one of the tightest songs we've ever done. So that definitely came first. Do I struggle with? No, I don't really struggle with picking the songs. I usually have a good idea in my head what should be the single and like what can be more of a deeper cut that, people can find later on their own sort of thing. But if it was my way, I'd have every song as a single because then every song gets its time and
every song gets a spotlight.
Yeah, but it don't work that way. So yeah, it is what it is.
What kind of things can we be expecting from the other tracks from the EP?
Yeah, it's pretty varied. It's the other song, like Sunny Side Up, is kind of like a very sunny, bright, like indie pop track, which is a hell of a lot of fun. It's probably like the funnest song on the EP. And then there's City Kids, and City Kids is quite mellow. Like there's Tian on there, Joel singing as well. It's a bit more downbeat. It's nothing like we've ever done before. I've never really done vocal harmonies in my songs or anything, and that song is filled with vocal harmonies. So it's quite a varied EP. It's a different sound for us, but it's a sound that I'm happy with. Like I'm really happy with where we are stylistically.
Was City Kids written with harmonies in mind?
Not in the way that Tian and Joel joined in and made it so special. Like at first it was just me. Like it's like there's probably demos on my phone of it, of like just me and guitar like singing the woes and all that stuff on top of it. That's how it was as like original structure. And then I think Brad, the guy we went into the studio with, he was like, oh, we can add all these harmonies, and like explain to Joel like sing this, and then Joel would sing it and it would just sound incredible. And I knew I wanted Tian in the bridge, the big breakdown bit, but yeah, it kind of just all came together in the studio, really.
It's quite rare that we can all say that we would like Tian in our breakdown bridge, and it's great you guys have been able to pull that off.
Yeah, no. Well, sure. Like Nathan went to school with Tian. I don't know if you guys know that, but
okay.
Like Nath, Dylan, Tian, they all went to school together, so we've been all friends for.
Yeah, we all did music, like I think pretty much through grade 8 to grade 12, so that was cool.
If you each had to name a single artist or record that has been the biggest impact on you personally or musically, who would you name and why?
That's really hard. Like I don't really write music as much, so I can't really say like something impacts writing. But I think like a record I'd probably put at the top for a very long time is Channel Orange by Frank Ocean.
Nice.
It's just I just listened to that like all through like grade 12, and then literally just hasn't left like my playlist and stuff. I could always listen to it and go back to it.
What makes it a special album for you?
Just like every song on it just being so good. Like there's no like dull tracks. It's just all so good.
Do you find R&B music at the moment for you, Nathan, that you've kind of put it up against Channel Orange, or have you been exploring more since that time?
Not really. I don't know. Like I don't really know what I define as like R&B for that sort of thing. So
just beautiful.
Yeah, like couldn't really compare any other artists, I guess.
So you have to say.
Yeah.
Right, Lewis, onto you. Who has had the or artist or record who has the biggest impact on you personally or musically?
On my writing, I just thought of Sufjan Stevens, so now my old answer kind of got like under the rock. For this record, I listened to a ton of Kevin Morby, like an absolute ton of him, and his lyrics are just like next level. It's so simple but so like versatile. The way he like uses emotion, it's just it's so good. Like lyrically, it's just out of this world, and that's definitely what I was trying to replicate, or at least use as inspiration when writing this EP. But then, like, I don't know, I thought of Sufjan, and I'm like, I love Sufjan. And like an album like Illinois is just so timeless and incredible. And I never, ever get bored of listening to that. It's so like, it makes you feel like a kid whilst listening to it. Have you guys listened to Illinois?
Yeah.
Like bits and pieces, but not. I don't think I've put it on since high school.
Yeah, same for me.
It's just got this like wistfulness to it, and I love it. I think that influences me and how I write. It probably doesn't like influence us too much sonically, but definitely how I write would be influenced by someone like Sufi.
For a budding writer, is there anything that you could give as a sense of inspiration or recommendation for them to go about writing their own lyrics?
I find a good way of writing is don't go into a song trying to write about a specific topic, because you're usually going to write poorly because you're trying to address something too quickly. That's what I find. If I'm going like, I want to talk about this thing that happened in my life, it usually just doesn't come around very well. But like if I can like build a story maybe around something else, I mean, it just like popped up in my head that I thought was interesting, I can like interlace parts of it into the song I'm writing. So you have like these like fictional elements of the song that are completely made up, and then you might have some truthful elements of the song that mean a lot to you, and you can combine them together and you can just create something that like just feels amazing. I don't know. I would recommend just listen to like David Berman or something like that, or Pavement, and just look at the way their lyrics are composed and how like if you read them like verbatim, sometimes they just don't make sense, but like the feeling that they convey whilst listening to them is all you kind of need. That's what I love.
Have good taste.
Yeah.
Right. Is there a specific release that you guys have revisited the most so far this year?
Probably Fontaine's DC, Doggerel.
Ah, okay.
It's so sick. Like
it's so good.
I only just started listening to them like end of last year, start of this year, and it's so good.
What kind of music do they make?
It's like Brit rock, like punk, but some of it's just like a bit strange, like just how like some of his lyrics and the way he sings is just like different, and it's just like something like refreshing, I guess, to listen to. Like it's not just samey, it's very different.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's got huge post-punk vibes, real like 90s Brit sort of stuff. It's really cool. I really enjoy them. And I love their new singles. Like Hero's Death is so good. So good.
Nice. And what about you, Lewis?
I've been vibing Fiona Apple's new album, Vegetable Cutters, which is just insane. It's so wild. It's just like everywhere. Like a song like Shamika, I still just thoroughly enjoy every time I listen to it. There's like sounds coming out everywhere. It sounds like she's just like found every utensil in her house and it's like slapped it on something, and it's just become this like beautiful cacophony. There's nothing. It's so good. It's so talented. I love it. I used to listen to Fiona Apple. The last album she released was when I was in year 10, and it was called The Idle Wheel, and it's just like this beautiful breakup album and all these like slow sad pianos, and then like 9 years later she comes out with a new album and it's still so good. It's the best album. It's really, really good. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Nice. And what, in your opinion, is the most underrated era of music?
These questions, Cal. It's just like
1920s.
We don't have easy questions, man.
What was that?
1920s.
Yeah, definitely like sea shanties and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
1840s.
Well, I don't know. I love 90s indie rock. I think 90s indie rock is something truly special. Also, mid 2000s indie rock I could put up there. Like I'm gonna call it like pitchfork rock. Like that sort of stuff was really cool. Like Animal Collective, like that.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. But I think the 90s were also really cool. Like a lot of that, like Modest Mouse, Built to Spill, Pavement, things like that. They kind of really defined what the next. I don't know. It's what I listen to now, and like so many bands just rip off that sound 100%.
Sure.
Because it's so simple and so good. I don't think it's underrated though. It's probably almost overrated. I have no idea what's underrated. I don't know, like early 2000s rap, like Mad Villainy. That's it. That's pretty underrated. Yeah. What's your favorite era of music, Nathan?
Oh, that's so hard. Like I don't listen to very many eras of music. Like pre 2009 was probably just like My Chemical Romance and stuff like that, but like very basic. Yeah, I listened to a lot of like metal and as people would quote screamo in like the 2010s, like Parkway Drive and all that. So I guess that's pretty underrated, or it was for its time. Now I just don't listen to that at all.
2010s like folk music, I think, has not aged in the way it should have, and it was really good at the time. Like Fleet Foxes, great band. Mumford & Sons, not the best, but like they were still like a pretty good band, and there was like, you know, like local natives and stuff like that, like kind of like blog era of music. I like the blog era of music. That was cool.
Great genre.
We don't have that anymore. It's just like Spotify playlisting era,
Pretty much.
which really kind of changes how music is curated, because it's not, I don't know, it's less like some person on the internet likes this song, so they put it on the internet. Like it's a bit more commercialized. I don't know if that's the right word.
No, it's accurate.
You know what I
Media convergence calls for the people to then adapt. So adaptability will come in time to a degree, but it's whether or not you're exposed to it means if you're in the right channel or not. I'd actually really like to hear Calen's answer in this question as well.
I feel like it's pretty obvious. Have a guess. Have a guess first.
2000 and okay, 1980s. Not necessarily pop music, but like you're thinking about like the Frank Ocean style of music. The
you mean Billy Ocean
style of music? Pardon me. Billy Ocean style of music in the 1980s.
I do think the 80s are quite underrated. There is a lot of like mainstream like trash. Don't get me wrong, but when you sift through, you can find some proper gems.
Yeah.
Just start with Billy Ocean, and then you'll discover it.
It's great.
Really, you would have heard of his songs. Like he does "Love Really Hurts Without You," "Get Out of My Dreams." Nothing but gems. What about you, man?
All right, so you guys thought I was going to say like early 2000s hip hop. I know you were, but really the time that music peaked was the 2008 to 2014 period of dubstep, because that's when music was made. That's when music was discovered by the internet, and it was on every YouTube channel. It was UKF dubstep, had like millions of subscribers. It had the factors of two-step, ragga, dancehall, dub, and two-step music all into one, fusion by a half-shaved, half-haired Canadian guy in a metal band that pioneered its way into the ears of not only the youth, but also annoyed the ears of the elders, and was another cycle of punk music in a type of way, but not necessarily in a good way. I felt like for me, that was the first experience I really had with loving music outside of hip hop, was actually hearing Skrillex for the first time when I was in the grade 8.
Wow.
And
no, I vibe with that idea, because like dubstep is like pretty weird music. It's like a very slow tempo. I'm pretty sure it's like 70, 80 BPM off in the time. And the drops are really odd. Like the kind of the point of it to make the drop as like insane as you could is pretty like abnormal for hyper mainstream music to do. And it was like pre-trap. I think like the pre-trap era was quite a good time, because like a lot of rap music, especially like 2015 to 2018, was very, very trap focused, like bad beats sort of trap focused. So I feel like dubstep was a great
that in itself
time.
It was like a fusion of hip hop and EDM, you know, that kind of cultivated into like the mainstays that they are now. But for real, I actually really love dubstep. Nathan and Lewis, guys, if you could implement any genre into the Pure Milk repertoire, what would it be?
Oh, Lewis, go first.
If I could implement anything, oh man, I'd just go more singer-songwriter. Honestly, I'd just go down the path and just become, you know, Bob Dylan-y. Like, if I could just sit back and just do that and like know that people are gonna love it, then yeah, that's it. I'm done. I don't need drums. Drums are overrated. Just me and a guitar for the next like 10 records.
What about the drums and claw machine though? Those aren't underrated, are they?
No drums and claw machine. Oh yeah, but that's electronic drums.
Not live.
What?
I mean the
It's also
live drummer
you.
and claw machine. Yeah.
Oh, live. Yeah, that's true. No, guitar's so much better. Nah, I wouldn't do that. What elements would I add in? I don't know. I'd love like someone who played like a saxophone or something. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Like a trumpet. Just like, you know, like I was listening to this band called Nana Grizzle. They're kind of like Neutral Milk Hotel, but modern. And they just have a single guy playing trumpet. There's like 4 in the band and one guy just plays trumpet. It's just like gorgeous harmony. Like I could harmonize with the trumpet every day. That's sick. What do you think, Nath?
I'd be keen on some synths or like someone playing keys or something, like and like even not just like normal like keys, like have some dancey sort of synths, like kind of like car seat headrest in some songs, so it's like a bit more dancey.
Yeah, I could go LCD sound system.
Yeah, LCD sound system.
Heck yeah, that'd be radical. So, what is your favorite music video off the top of your head? Because you've made so many good ones. Off
Off
the
the top
top.
of my head.
I don't know why,
From the
but
dome.
Oxford Comma by Vampire Weekend
Oh, that's a great
came up
video.
today, but only because me and my girlfriend were arguing about if it's Oxford Comma or Oxford Collar. I was getting confused.
You said collar.
I said collar.
Oh,
What?
dude?
I
Dude, do you
know.
know one of my favorite people in the world directed that music video? Richard Ayoade from the IT crowd. Moss
Oh,
from the
did he?
IT crowd directed that video.
That's fun. It's a fun video. I love
It
the
is.
one shot of it. Like, it's a
Yeah,
great
right.
video, and I'll stand by it as my best video of all time.
Oh, music videos. This is really hard because like a lot of people know that I just sit at home and watch music videos all the time. So like I just watch hours on end. Oh, I really like IFHY by Tyler, the creator. I think that's one of the coolest videos. How he's like made out of clay in it, or like I don't know what he like wax or.
Yeah,
It's a
I think
classic.
it's wax. Yeah,
But yeah, the way that music video, like how it just looks, is so gorgeous.
I forgot about
What's
that
that
video.
Odd Future video where they like drink the like weird liquid and then their teeth fall out?
Oh,
It's like a classic.
I literally watched it the other day, but I can't think of it.
Surely you know
Yeah,
it,
it's like-
Russ. I feel like you're an Odd Future fan. Of Russ
Isn't it just a
Rosen.
music video for Earl by Earl?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not.
That one also slapped. That was my year 10 edge days.
Oh yeah. What's yours, Russell?
I always go and show my family Donny Benet's
Working out?
Always show
Yeah,
that.
dude. Same.
I also really like Harmon's A New Color. That has a lot of charm to it. Favorite one of all time though, like the music video that really got me into music videos was a band that I don't call off the top of my head, but it's like a song that goes, I told you how long we got, all the time in the world. I got a thing for you. You got a thing for me. And it has like
I've heard of
subtitles
it, yeah.
underneath the video.
Mm.
And all of the subtitles are acted out with particular moments, and they kind of like abuse the sound of the lyrics to sound like the moment they're capturing. And I remember watching that with my mum in like grade 7 before we'd go to school some mornings, and really loving it, and how I would kind of define the start of my YouTube core period. Also, I'm the Best by GMC Faux Show is a classic as well, a bit of a comedy one there. And I did love a lot of like old 90s and early 2000s hip hop videos as well. There's a bit sort of like a glitz and a glam of like actual video production that made it look like a kind of movie back before videos were a bit more DIY. I still love them, but
Yeah.
I like the Hollywood-esque kind of sets that they made for these ridiculous songs.
What about you, Cal?
If I'm going completely off the top of my head, the first one I thought of was Animal House's Legs Out for Summer, which is quite
that's
a
a fun video.
recent video. But have you seen it, Nathan?
No, I haven't.
They're like a Brisbane Brighton band, and basically it's the guy's dog goes missing, but the guy's dog is actually just the singer's like torso down, if that makes sense. And so he's just looking for it the whole video, basically. That's the
Credits with him the whole
easiest way
time.
of describing it, but I can't recommend it enough. It's a real simple idea, but executed to absolute perfection. It's hilarious.
I have to go watch it after this.
It's a banger too.
Amazing.
Guys, you play your shows and you do great ones at that. But if you could share that spotlight on a double bill with anyone, who would your dream double bill be for a live show?
Yeah, ask me
crying?
these questions.
Getting you to think, boys. You should be thankful.
Who would I want to play with? Oh, you know the band Rat Hammock?
Mm.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
I like them. I think we'd get along. I think we'd be pals. I want to play with them. I reckon that'd be a fun tour.
We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. How
Nathan,
about you, Nate?
Should I keep it Australian or international?
up to you, man.
Anything, man.
Go hard.
I'd cry if we ever played with Idols, because that would
Oh,
be
yeah.
insane.
Where are they from?
I think they're from Brighton, I want
Okay.
to say.
Nice.
But yeah, that's me.
And so playing with Idols and Rat Hammock, what else can we expect from Pure Milk in the not too distant future?
Hey, well, we have a new EP coming out very soon.
Hey, what?
Very, very soon. Not very soon. In like a few months, probably at the end of July. It's called Garden Anxiety. That's where like pressure's coming off. So I'm really excited to show everyone. It's going to be really good. We're just organizing the final bits now, but it should be out soon, and it's going to be great to show everyone what it is and what we've been doing. We've got a few more videos to show people as well. The garden vibes continue for the rest of the year. Yeah, no, it's going to be good. We've got a bunch of stuff. We've got a few shows that we're like in the works of organizing. So we're going to be busy in the latter half of the year. It's going to be really fun. I'm very excited to play live as a 5-piece. Like we did one show when I was on acoustic guitar and it was just absolute blast. Like it was so good. So I would love for that to happen again at some point. And then who knows? Like we're writing more songs as we speak. So maybe we can chuck in another song by the end of the year, but we'll see where we get to.
Sounds glorious. And lastly, if you guys only had a few words to describe what Pure Milk stands for, which few words would you use?
Big positive energy.
Fitting.
You've done this before with me, and I'm always like, hold on.
That was great. That was very quick. Good job, Lewis. You've upgraded. You're now level 3 on Emerge.
I know.
Nathan, congratulations on level 1, man. You're doing very
Thank you. Feels good.
Lewis and Nathan, thank you for joining us, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's been good.
Always. And thank you, Russell.
Thank you, Calen. Thank you, gentlemen, for spending a lovely, very long chat with us. But it's been awesome for me. I hope you guys have had a fun time.
It's been good. Thank you.
It's been very good. Thanks for having us.
Always a pleasure, boys.